Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I have quite a few of these envelopes, and we're going to make some things out of these today. I need to use some of them up. They've been in my stash for years and years, and I know you can get these at Walmart and your office supply. I'll tell you what size they are. They are 6 by 9. They're 6 by 9. But if you're like me and you don't like to go outside shopping a lot, then we have these in the store too. So either way, you can get those. You can probably even find them at Walmart. I'm not sure. But I'm going to say thank you to a few people right before we get started, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with these. These are people who are donating through Buy Me a Coffee, and that link is directly below. You can get free digitals over there if you want to go over there and check that out. The people that donate get a free digital. Johnny, Michelle, SCL3154, Cher, Mel, POW 96, Connie, Vonda, Darlene, Jackie, Vicky, April, MMLDM, and CA Gardner, and To Bake. Thank you guys so much for all your support. We really, really appreciate it. You guys are so sweet and so awesome. I really appreciate what you do for us. Now, what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to fold it in half. So this score line where this little thing flips over is right there at the top. Now, I'm going to utilize this, but I'm going to turn it backward. I'm not going to use it to fold over here. And you'll notice when you fold these, the bottom is just a tiny bit narrower. Let's see if you can see. Yeah. The bottom's a tiny bit narrower than the top, but that's okay. You can either adjust that when you put your paper cover on here, or you can just leave it as is. I'm probably just, I don't know, I'll leave mine probably. So you're going to fold it in half just like that. I did go ahead and take that little middle piece off, that little middle piece right there, because I'm not going to use that. All right, and then we're going to cover it with some paper, and what we're going to make is some pocket inserts that will go, that you can stitch in your signature. So this can be stitched in the signature because we're not going to close this part up. And then we're going to cut the top open here. This will be closed, and you'll have two separate pockets that you can put some large journaling cards or tags in. So that's what I'm going to make with some of them. I just thought that'd be better than them just sitting there, and I can use them in my journals and stitch them in. I could always cut them down and use them for pockets that you glue on, but I like things that stitch in my signatures too. Now the paper that I'm going to be using is our new collection from Prima, and this is Painted Floral. This paper is unbelievable. Prima outdid themselves on this one. I don't know if I've showed you guys this one or not, but it's gorgeous. And of course, you know I love it because it's got all of those butterflies in it. All of this could be fussy cut. Lots of pages that could have fussy cutting on them. Look at that. And they're double-sided, very thick, good paper. All of these can be journaling cards. Isn't that pretty? That, ooh, pretty, pretty. And it's got that little bit of gold foiling on the writing. This is the one that I'm going to be using on this. So there's 24 12 by 12 double-sided sheets in here. And acid and lignin free. A lot of people like to know that. It also has this little top on here that I'm going to be using because I like this little strip. I'll keep that strip. And grab my trimmer. Sorry, I've got a FedEx driver outside, and they don't know how to be quiet when they bang and clang things around. So if you heard that, that's what it was. I'm just letting him leave it in our box outside the door because I'm busy and I don't have anybody else here right now. Everybody else has left me. So I think I want to get this on one side of it with this writing, and then I may do this one on the other side. I started to do this one, but it would cut off part of that, so I'm going to leave that. So all I'm going to do, and I'll probably go ahead and measure on this one just so that I can cut it. I don't care if it cuts exactly as big as this because I can always ink around it. This one is 4.5 by right before 6, so 5 7/8 about. So we need to cut the 4.5 this way, and then this way. Did I say 6? I think so. See, it's just easier for me to mark it because I get to talking and I forget all about what size I just measured. So it's easier for me just to make a little mark on there. Okay. And I love how the edges do on this. It looks like it's almost watercolored and the edges are faded out. I like that. Okay, so that will go on there. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to use our brand new ink on it because it goes with this right here. So that piece will go there. And then let's just flip it over. And we can put this one here. I'll just need to cut it off just a little bit, looks like. Maybe a tiny bit. So let's just trim it a little bit at the top. Just a little bit off of there. So how are you guys? I haven't said anything to you in a while about how you're doing. Is everybody doing okay? We've just been busy. Thank you so much. Okay, let's start with that. We'll see where we go. I like being busy. Yeah, I'm going to trim this one off a little bit too because it is a little bit long for what I want. I'd rather have it just a tiny bit shorter. And just a sliver is all I cut off of there. That will work right there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ink around it before I do anything else. Now this ink is saltwater taffy. This is the brand new ink from Tim Holtz. And I'm using one of our Dome little daubers here. This is an oxide ink. And I've had people lately that have been asking, what's the difference in this ink and that ink, and how do you refill your ink and all of that. So I'm going to be showing you that really soon. And if for any of you who are new and don't really know how to do your ink and what refills you should use and that kind of thing, I'll be showing you all that shortly in a little tips, tricks video that we have. See how good that goes with that. I think you can see it. There we go. My lights are probably going to change in and out because this has got that little bit of reflection on there. So I'm going to try to keep them from doing it, but I know they're going to anyway. Just a fact of the matter. Let's see if I can turn this one a little. That might help. I'm going to use art glitter glue, and guess what? Art glitter glue is going to be back in stock in about a week, and then we can start shipping again. Even though some places are still going to be really cold, you need to just be really selective when you start ordering. If you feel like that your area is way below zero and you know something's going to freeze, then please don't order. We won't ship it. But you know, if you feel like everything's going to be okay and you can buy it and it'll be okay with you, then you go ahead and make your purchase. But that should be here probably by next week, first of the week. So there is that. Isn't that pretty? And see, on this, I will go ahead, even though I've got that little bit of yellow looking envelope back there, I'll go ahead and use this ink to go over it, and it's going to change that color to almost a gold color, which is in here. And then it's going to look real close to the color that's in here. See? So that's what we'll do on the back as well. Make sure I put the writing right side up and not upside down. I've done that only 2 or 3 times in my life, haven't I? Most of the times I've done that, you guys have seen it. I did a card one time many years ago on video, and this I did not even notice when I put the sentiment on upside down. I don't know, I was probably off in another world somewhere, but I noticed when I took the pictures to put on the video. I noticed, and this girl, I don't know who it was, but she just could not wait to tell me. She was like one of the first comments. She couldn't wait to tell me that I had put that sentiment on upside down. I said, yes, I know, but you know, the video's already up and it's too late for me to change it now, so I'm just going to leave it, and I'll see how many people notice it. Well, I ended up making it into a challenge, And if you noticed anything that was on my video that was odd or strange, to comment, and then I would have a drawing for, you know, some prize. I don't know what it was. So I had all these comments. Some people couldn't even find it, didn't even see it. So they were like me. And then others said, no, we can see you have put that sentiment on upside down. Now, I thought I would fold that back and make that into a pocket, too. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't want to cover this paper up. And it's going to be kind of at an angle unless I change the paper up a little bit. So I'm not sure I'm going to do that now. But right now, I'll think about it. And right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to finish inking on this side. And then we're going to go to the inside. Now, you can cover the inside with the same paper. You can put, if you want to leave this for journaling, you can put just some coffee stained paper or tea dyed paper in here. I think I'm going to leave the inside of mine for journaling and not put any pattern paper on there. Let's see what I've got here. I've got to order more coffee dyed paper. Veronica, help, I'm running out. Veronica's my sweet friend at Triple V Vintage. That's where I get all of these that are dyed like this. Love them. Love them, love them. All right. But she had been sick, so she hadn't been getting a lot of paper dyed lately. She's had the bad stuff, I think. But I think she's all over it now. Hopefully, I haven't heard from her, but I hope she's doing a lot better. Right. Put that. And I'm probably, I don't know if I'm going to run it all the way across, but right now I'm just cutting that size, so we'll see. If it looks like that it's going to hinder that fold, I may not. But I have to remember this is going to be in the middle of a signature, and it's going to be separated anyway, so it's probably not going to be a big deal. It's not like this is going to fold up and go in one spot. Okay, when you cut your paper, you'll notice on this side that your envelope is a different size on one end than it is the other. I'm going to go with mine, but you can adjust when you cut your paper if you want. I'm going to ink that up anyway, but just keep that in mind. You may want to mark both ends if you want it to be perfectly aligned. You can mark both ends and go that route. All right, I'm going to glue mine down. This is a Teflon bone folder. Someone asked me that the other day. This is our Teflon bone folder that we sell in the store. And then I've had lots of people this week who have asked, where is your store? Well, it's on the website. I'll link it right below all of my videos. You do have to open up that little show more or the little expansion on the side of it. Like if you're looking at it on an iPad or iPhone, there's a little inverted V there, and you do have to open that up, and then it'll open up all of our links that we have below our video. So I try to keep all of those links, especially of items that I use a lot, or you know, anything that our store, our blog, all of that I try to keep below the video. Now I'm probably not going to fold this one until all of my glue dries well, but that is going to be our little envelope there, and it's going to be, like I said, open at the top. Look, did you see me? I said I'm not going to fold this until it all dries, and I just fold it right up. I'm going to cut a little bit off of the end, just a little sliver, and I'm probably just going to do it with my big trimmer. See if I can get it pretty straight, because this, with the envelope being a little bit misshaped, I need to adjust like this. See if that will do it. Yep, I got a little sliver off of there, and I should have, yes, it's opened up now. Great. Now we're going to glue this right here together because we don't need that little pocket open. Just glue right at the edge. And if you did like me and run your paper on down, then you can just glue it right at that edge like that. So there is our double pocket that will stitch in our signature. We have both of these little places up here open, and then when this is stitched in the signature, of course, that will close that pocket up, and this will be a separate pocket than this. Let that glue down good, Edith, before you pull on it. Silly woman. All right, I am going to punch a pull on here, and I think I'm just going to punch the pull for both sides. That way you can get the tag out from either side. And I may make a double tag, a tag that's doubled, and then we can put that double tag in there so you'll have a pretty image on either side that you want to use, or just a double journaling card. That would work. Let's see. I'm going to mark this like this so that, and it's not that important that they're both exactly in the same place, because they're going to be in different positions in your journal. But that was just my little way right there. Okay, now I need to decide what I'm going to do with this. I'm leaving this mistake in because you guys sometimes tell me, please leave your mistakes in because we'd like to see if you make a mistake like we do. You see what I did? Can you see? Yes. I cut the opening on the wrong side. Not on the right side, which should have been up here. This is the top. I cut them down here. That is me talking and not paying attention. That is me talking and not paying attention. So this is what we're going to do. This one's just going to be a little bit shorter than any others that we might make. This is how you fix it. Don't throw it away. We're going to cut off where we punch those tabs. And if you haven't punched your tabs, then don't punch them. And then you won't have to worry about that. Now we'll glue that in together. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to double check that my writing is going the right way. And then I'm going to open this end. And you may have seen that when I started to lay it on here and cut. You probably was saying, don't cut there. It's the wrong one. Guess what? I didn't hear you. You have to either shout louder or you guys are going to have to get on here with me. Okay, now we've got that end open. It's just going to be a little shorter. It'll be good. Okay, this is the right way up. This is the bottom. So we're going to glue this together. And I will probably stitch around mine anyway, and so therefore I will have this stitched, but for now I'm just going to put some glue down here. Run a little bit of glue. It'll glue it right back together. Nobody will be the wiser. You guys can't tell. It's a secret. Okay, now let's put our ink back on there. See, I do make many errors. You're not alone. But I have found that I just fix them. I don't throw anything away. I just fix it. Usually everything is fixable. Okay, we've got this open now, which is the top, and this closed, which is the bottom. And I think on this, I'm just going to cut that off because I really don't think I'm going to use that little extra pocket there. You could always fold it back and make a pocket out of it, but I just don't think I would use it much, so I'm just going to cut it off of this one. I might leave it on some of the others, but for this one, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to put it back in here and trim it straight since I didn't do a very good job. There we go. I didn't cut that end open. It's still glued, so that's good. And now we can punch our pull up here at the top like it needs to be. Again, checking my writing. There we go. Let me know in the comments how many people was yelling at me not to cut that end. I want to know. I want to know how many of you saw my mistake before I made it. Because I didn't see it. All right, there we go. We've got that done. And like I said, it'll stitch in the signature here. So, and I'll show you, let me just grab this. This is probably not going to be the journal that it goes in, but let's just say we was putting it in this journal and we wanted to put it here, which, like I said, this is probably not going to be the journal that it goes in, even though it would go pretty. I would just take it and put it in like that. And then when you stitch in, you'll stitch down through there, and that will stitch right in with the rest of the pages. And see, then you'll have a place here that you can put a long tag or journaling card, and then this side you can write on. Now, you can also put it at the bottom. You just need to make sure that your centerpiece or your center stitch and your bottom stitch catches this, which mine will, putting it there, or you could put it at the top if you wanted it there, either one. But either way, it's going to be pretty, isn't it? If I put it at the bottom, I can put a long journaling card in there, and I like that. Okay, and I've almost got this journal finished. Someone has already bought it, but it is just about ready to go. I just got to stitch the signature in. Now, as far as putting anything on the front of this, I don't know if I will, because I kind of like all of that. I don't know if I'll put any embellishments on that or not. I can always wait and see. We might run a little piece of lace on there. What if we just ran it this way? Because we're going to need that extra length probably anyway. We're not going to need it, but it's going to look pretty. Let's just run it like that. So I'm going to cut off right there. We can allow for that extra, I should say, because this is actually shorter than what our page will be. I'm going to run a little bead. This is Fabri-Tac that I have in here. And I'm going to run a little bead of that down through there. And then put this piece down. And I'm going to let it hang over. Got that extra room, so I'm going to hang over on there. And then we'll put one on this side. Go ahead and grab my little mat so it doesn't stick to my table. And there we go. We've got that lace on there. I love that. That makes it look pretty, pretty. I am going to grab one of our butterflies. This is those butterflies that we sold in the store for a while. We are out of these now, and right now we can't get any more. We're having to wait for the manufacturer to make more. These are little acetate butterflies. And you don't have to trim around them if you don't want to. I do, but you don't have to. You can just put them down. That clear acetate doesn't really show anyway. I don't trim good around them. I just do a real quick little cut. And let's see. Where shall we put this? What about right there? Yeah, I think I want him right there. Let's put him down there. And I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of this Fabri-Tac on the back. So there's a little butterfly glued down. And then, of course, you know what comes next. Got to have bling. We're also out of this bling right now. I do have more of it on order, and I think it'll ship soon. But it's just one of those things. You just can't keep some things in. Put this little piece on the butterfly. And this piece over here. Like that. And then we'll go on this side, and we'll put a piece down over here. And there we go. Now, I'm probably not going to make my journaling cards right now to put in here. I'm going to wait till everything dries well, and then I'm going to stitch around just the edges. So I'm going to set this one aside, and let's just do another. I mean, I'll do it with a different paper. That'll be about all the difference. And then we probably will come back and do a journaling card too. I may do the journaling card a little bit different, so don't go anywhere. Now, to take these out, I just I pull on them. You can be more careful if you want, but I usually just pull on it and rip it out of there. All right, let's go ahead and trim this little piece off, just since we don't need it right now. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave the other ends of this open. You could leave this open and tuck your tags and things in that way. I just thought it would be easier if we did it at the top. It'd be easier to get things in and out. Okay, now since I want to go ahead and use one of these in my rose journal that I'm putting together right now, I'm going to use some of Susan's paper. Let's see. That one would work. This one will work. And this is my rose journal. And like I said, this has already been sold. I think Elaine Wallace is the one that got the first email to me. And it's just about finished. All I have to do is put all of the tags in there, and I already have those made, and then stitch it in the signature. But I think I want to add one of these in. I think I'll have plenty of room for it. So let's go ahead and cut our paper. Do I want the butterfly on? Yeah, I want the butterfly on. I mean, I don't want the butterfly on. I want this word on and the lace. And then we'll put the butterfly somewhere else. I can always fussy cut the butterfly out. This is from a completely different collection than the collection that I'm using for the kit. But it's made by Susan, and most of her collections will coordinate with each other. You just have to be a little bit selective as to how you put them together. But, you know, this one's got roses on it just like the other one does. So, that's what I'm using. Using what I have. Okay. See, I can use that for a little pocket or a little tag, anything. And we will put that right there. And I think this ink would still look okay on it because it's got that color right there. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And I will speed this part up, and then I'll ink my envelope too. Okay, let's glue this down. This one we may do a little bit different. I may put something different on this one, so you have to watch. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. All right, I'm going to flip it over to this side, and let's see what piece we want to put on here. I kind of like that. The other paper that I'm using, the other collection, does have a little bit of blue in there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, and we'll put this one down. Okay. There's that. And then we'll put our paper on the inside. I think this piece is going to work fine. Yeah, that piece will work. Glue that down right there. Alright, there we go. We've got that one put together. Now, this is the top, Edith. You need to cut the top. No, not the bottom. This one will be a little bit taller. Oh, we're going to have to use our big trimmer. Then we need to glue this in together. So the top is open, and we're going to go ahead and punch a small pull, not a big one, because I don't want to punch into my word there. And a small one on this side. Okay, now let's see if we can fold this. I think it's dry enough. That art glitter dries pretty quick, so it should be fine. Burnish that down real well, and you have got another pocket here. But I think on the inside of this one, what I want to do here, I'm going to leave part of it for journaling, but I think I want to put a little short pocket there. Let me see what it will look like if I do that. Okay, this is actually supposed to be a little belly band, but I think I'm going to cut it into two pockets. Two little short pockets. I like how it looks with this coffee dyed paper. And let's see, I may just need to fold it like this. wanted to just get half. It may not go all the way to the edge, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. And then cut it. This is printed on a heavier paper, so it should work a lot better. Yes, that's going to be great. Put one there and one here. And they don't have to match up and go back together just like they came apart, because these are going to be on opposite pages. I just want to decide. I think I want this one here and this one back here. They're going to be on complete opposite ends of the journal. And I don't think I'm going to punch a pull on these, just because it's going to be a short pocket. And you're going to be able to tell that it's a pocket, so I'm not going to punch a little pull on that. That's good. Yeah, you want to keep it away from the center anyway, so that's fine. This is the top. All right, there are 2 pockets for the inside. See if I got those even. Looks like this one needs to come up a little bit. There we go. There is that. And now I do think on this one we could put something here on the front. Let's see if in our ephemera pieces, if we have a nice butterfly that we could put on there. Okay, I think I want the smaller one on there. I'm going to cut this butterfly out. And this is from the paper collection. This is just a little piece of scrap lace that I've had laying on my desk for a while. And I think I'm going to cut a piece of that off. Put our butterfly on top of that. Like that. Got that little butterfly in there. And then, of course, I need a piece of bling. I got a butterfly, so I got to have bling. So that is that one, and that is super cute. And it'll get stitched in the signature here. You'll have pockets here, big pockets here for tags and journaling cards, whatever. And then you could always write on these. That's light enough that you could write it on. And I think on this back part right here, we'll put a piece of this braided trim that I have. This is left over from a kit somewhere along the way. I think we'll put a piece of that because it's a perfect match to these little flowers up there. And cut that off there. And then before it has time to frazzle, that's ravel and frazz. Before it has time to frazzle, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of it. You could heat it if you do that. I don't do that because I'd end up setting the house on fire. Okay, put that down like that. And that will work well for me. We can always go ahead and put a butterfly on here. A little acetate butterfly. Let's see what. Let's see, I think I had a blue one somewhere along the way. There we go. Which one do I like better? Let's put this one up here on there. I think we'll put him right there, and you can still do some journaling on here if you wanted to. Got a little piece of bling, and it is over. There we go. So there is that side. There is that side. There's the inside. You can make tags for that, journaling cards for this, and then here is our other one. You could also make these into cards. If you don't do journals and you'd rather do cards, you could have these in card form and just mail them out just like that. I mean, that would be fine to mail it just like that. Alright guys, I think that's it for this video. We will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share this video and also hit that subscribe button and the like button if you don't mind. We're trying to reach 100,000 subscribers before our anniversary, and our anniversary is June the 15th. That is our goal. I always like to set goals for myself, so that is our goal. And if you'd like to help us out on that, just share and like it. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.